Shabbat Shalom. Such a lovely day today. Hope some of you got to enjoy some of the weather, because I hear it's supposed to rain this weekend.
Yes.
No? Yes? The plants need it. Well, as we sing Yedid Nefesh on page 10, we actually think about saying that we long for God, we yearn for God the way a deer leaps towards water. Yedid Nefesh I'd like to invite up the two newest members of the Jewish people, Donna McKay Randozzi and Coda Babcock, to come light the Shabbat candles. So don't sit down, you're coming up. We're on pages 3 and 2.
Leave it to me.
I'll do the matching. You can do that.
Thank you. Can you tell I'm a little nervous?
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We continue on page 344 with Shir Chadash. Which comes from Psalm 96. Apparently I decided that we needed to waltz the Shabbat bride into our sanctuary this evening. We're going to continue on page 20 with another waltz. seated. We are on page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadam ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon u'vyom nechon Uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala bagala Uvizman kariv v'meru amen Yeheshmei Rabbah mevarach Le'alam ulal me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudasham brichu Le'la min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma v'meru Amen. Page 28, please rise in body or spirit for Baruch Hu. Am I up? Should I be up one? Why don't I just do it? Page 30, we join together. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Praised are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Hopefully you got some song sheets as you were coming in. Day and night, show us the way, teaching us, song 3, to number our days, when we rise and when we lie down, keep me Ata Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Please be seated. Page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'divarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha Ukshatam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot beineinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai Vitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti atchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem, Amen. Page 39, we offer responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by Moses and selected by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on shores of the sea.
Page 40. Mi
עד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
On your song sheet, song number 4. Adonai hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 44. Great. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם לריבם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם לריבם. בין מי ובין בני add your spirit for the Amidah, page 46.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'Norah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Lekonei Hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevii geulah livnei bneihem, leman shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chaim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, Vishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melech, melech mechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukroshim b'chol yom yalalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We continue with our private prayers. When you finish with your prayers, you may be seated. think of all those who are in need of healing and peace and wholeness. If there's someone that you're thinking of on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their names with us at this time so we can take their names into our hearts with our own. Joyce?
Al Sokolow, Sandra Sokolow, Rachel Boyle.
People of Israel, people of Gaza, and our unhoused neighborhood. Gracie, Lindsay, Charlie, Rick, Doreen, Vivian, Lynn, Sanjana, Bev, Jeff, Alicia, and Chris, and Sharon. Thomas Walter.
Jackie. Page 253.
May the source of strength, oh, bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. With grateful worship they love.
Also adding to those prayers, Rabbi Sally Priesand, who just had surgery the other day. Rabbi Sally Priesand is the first woman to be ordained as a rabbi in the United States by the Reform movement. My cantor from when I was a bat mitzvah worked with her for many years, and so it's fun to have that sort of connection. And time to share some good things that have happened this past week. Blessings, moments of joy.
My grandfather, is this working? Can you hear me?
Adrian, can we get the handheld on, please?
My grandfather Al turned 90 on Wednesday, and he'd been having a lot of health issues, so we weren't sure we were making it to 90, but he made it to 90.
I was waiting. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was waiting for a test result, which turned out to be very good. So I was very nervous, but now it's good.
I got to play with kittens.
I won 8th grade president at my school, and my junior Olympic team is going to the trials next week.
Wow. In what? And water polo. In water polo.
Our youngest daughter, Carrie, and her son and our grandchildren are moving back to the Seattle area, and last week they rented a condo in North Bend, and they're coming back at the end of July.
Last weekend, my husband and I celebrated our 42nd wedding anniversary.
Does that mean that you figured out the meaning of life, universe, and everything? One of my favorite things in the full version of Mishkan Tefillah, or if you're in the weekday and festival version, is that the blessing for the study of Torah is on page 42. Deb, you're looking at me like, what's the big deal with 42? Hitchhiker's Guide? Nothing? Well, I had one of the very exciting things that I get to do periodically throughout the year is to welcome people into the covenant of Israel. Sometimes they are babies, and sometimes they are adults who are choosing Judaism for themselves. And so just yesterday, I brought 2 people to the mikveh to finalize their to have their Beit Din and finalize conversion. And so I'd like to invite up Koda Babcock and Donna McKay-Rendozi once again to receive a blessing. And can I put a Torah in your arms? Yes? Okay, so then I'm going to have everyone rise, please. Embody your spirit. We're actually going to have you both come back down to the front. Sorry to make you come up and then come back down. Right here. Do you have your glasses on? Put your glasses on, because you're going to read something.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Oh. Okay. I'll do this for you too. We're just going to switch from one from the other. Okay. So, Donna, Rena, Miriam, you stand before the commanding presence of the Torah, the Jewish people's most cherished treasure. It has led us on the way and guided us ever since we received it. It has been carried when we fled from destruction and during the times of our greatest rejoicing. With this Torah in your arms, take it to your heart as you now recite the Shema, the words on the lips of the Jew until the final moments of life. It is the affirmation that has sustained the Jewish people since our beginnings. It's okay.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Stay right here. Dakota. You stand with the most commanding presence of the Torah, the Jewish people's most cherished treasure. It has led us on the way and guided us ever since we received it. It has been carried when we fled from destruction and during the times of our greatest joys. With this Torah in your arms, take it to your heart as you now recite the Shema, the words on the lips of the Jew until the final moments of life. It is the affirmation that has sustained the Jewish people since our beginnings.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
I will take the Torah back. Yuval, the ball does not belong in the sanctuary. And I offer a blessing. Don't go anywhere. Come back here. This is the same blessing that I offered both of you yesterday at the mikveh, but it's my pleasure to offer it again. Bless you and protect you. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May God's presence be lifted up to you, and may God grant you wholeness, joy, contentment, and most of all, peace, as together we say, Amen. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Okay, let me get the Torah back in the ark, and then you all can be seated. You may be seated. So we have reached the end of another book. We'll get to the Chazak later. Don't worry, we'll get to the Chazak later. We are in Yuval. I don't think you should be sitting on that. Sorry, I did not. Yeah. Okay. So we've reached the end of our book of the Torah. Which book have we just finished, or are we finishing? Leviticus. The rule book, the book of relationships. Yes, it has a lot of rules, but it is, as I've said many times before, very much a book of relationships. And sometimes those relationships go really well. And unfortunately, I don't have spares. And sometimes the relationships don't go well at all. Right? We see that very much in our world when relationships between people, just on a one-to-one level, and also where relationships on a much grander scale, community to community, state to state, country to country, break down. We saw that over the last 2 weeks with the Wing Luke Museum up in Seattle that had opened the Confronting Hate Together exhibit, only to have the staff walk out because on the panel that described the Jewish experience, there was a statement that some of the experience of anti-Zionism is being expressed anti-Semitically. And that conflation of the two led a significant amount of the staff to walk out saying that it was unfair to support Zionism in this exhibit. Right? So even within our own communities, we are seeing how the inability to look each other in the eyes and understand what hurts us and what brings us blessing creates breakdowns in our community and causes people to feel pushed out of the places where they're supposed to feel safe. And Bechukotai is all about that. It does mean, essentially, with these rules, with my rules. And so it does go through a whole bunch of rules, but it actually mostly focuses on what happens if we don't follow the rules. What happens if we don't follow the rules? What was it? Did anyone answer? We have a tree and dust? Okay. What happens when we don't follow the rules? We have chaos. What is good in the world, at least based on the book of Genesis, the first parsha? Order. And that's not to say that order has to be so rigid, although the Levites really liked rigidity and order. But we do need something to help us have this framework, a set of rules that teach us how to live, that enable us to live together, even if we don't always like the rules, right? Who likes to follow the speed limit? Who likes to slow down at the yellow light? Who likes to eat their dinner first and then have dessert?
Rabbi, life's uncertain. Eat dessert first.
See, eat dessert first. Rules are made to be broken. I get that. And yet, we need rules for how to live because otherwise things descend into chaos. You might have breakfast for dinner. I actually had a teacher this is a total aside, but that just reminded me that I had a teacher in I think it was my 8th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Jeffries, who, when I invited him to my cooking, like we had the cooking classes, and invited him to join us, and we were making pizza, and he was like, I don't eat pizza before lunchtime. And he would not eat any of the homemade pizza that we had made because he had a rule that he did not eat pizza for breakfast. And so sometimes those rules help us have a really good framework for how to maintain relationships. Sometimes to maintain relationships, you have to break some of your rules. He did at least come, even if he didn't eat our pizza. I think he took a piece for later. And what the Torah tells us in Bechukotai is that not only will things descend into chaos, but that we won't be able to survive. We just won't be able to survive. And it's framed as punishments from God. It is, which is very frustrating because it's actually just natural consequences, right? It's not necessarily a punishment from God to say that when we keep fighting, the land is going to turn to dust, right? We see that in our world, that when there is fighting between nations, the land turns to dust, becomes inhospitable to animals, to plants, to people, right? That's just how it is. It's not God stopping up the skies, it is destruction that we are wreaking for ourselves. And my hope and my prayer is that if we can find ways to build relationships, to look each other in the face, to open our ears and our hearts to each other, then we will finally start to be able to build the world of relationships that the book of Leviticus tries to describe for us with all of those rules. As we move into the book of Numbers, we're going to see all of the breakdowns. Many of you know that I like to call the book of Numbers the book of complaints. The Israelites, what? The kvetch, yes, it's the book of kvetch. So we'll see how those relationships do and don't work when we get to the book of Numbers. For now, we just have the framework. And as you all know, I love Leviticus. And I love the way that it frames all of these rules as a way to build whole relationships. So as we move into the reality, which is not that, those whole relationships, we think about how we might be able to build them together. So David Wheeler, I'd like to invite you up to offer some announcements, some of what's going on.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's good to see everybody here tonight. There's always a lot going on at Temple Bethel. But in the next week, there's kind of a serious thing to think about. On Thursday, June 6th, from 7 to 8 p.m., Screams Before Silence, a conversation with Sheryl Sandberg. This should be a really good online discussion. You have an opportunity to see the film if you haven't seen it. And the Zoom link is available for you on our website and in Shabbat Shalom, the email announcements, so please refer to that. It's a few days off, but next weekend, the religious school is having an open house and ice cream social. For those who don't mind eating dessert in the middle of the day, on Sunday, June 9th at 1 p.m., join us for ice cream and learn all about the religious school.
It's after lunch.
It is after lunch, that's true. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Shabbat Shalom.
We are still in our period of counting the Omer, which can be found on page 278. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer hayom tisha shloshim yom shehem chamisha shavuot v'arba yamim la'omer. Today is the 39th day, which is 5 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. We are counting up to 7 weeks, so we're getting much closer. Also a reminder, which I don't know if you said while I was trying to get Yuval to be just a tad quieter out there, that we have a Shavuot service and Tikkun Leil on the 11th, June 11th, service at 7 p.m. And then the study sessions will follow. We will go as late as you all want, and in fact, if you would like to stay all night, you are welcome to stay all night. I will be going home at midnight. Topics will include a rabbinic version of Would You Rather. So you know the game Would You Rather, would you rather eat a lizard or eat a cricket? For example, that's not the rabbinic version. I'll have the rabbinic version, but for those of you who didn't know what Would You Rather was, that's an example. And now I'm not remembering what my other topic was, but feel free to bring your own topics as well, and we'll have plenty of dairy treats. And then there will be a Shavuot morning and Yizkor service at 10 o'clock on the 12th. We now continue with Aleinu on page 282. Please rise and bow to your spirit.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adam, shelo samchu l'chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום
We think of those who have died in recent days and weeks, especially Olivia Walter, friend of Haley Joy. We also think of those who have died at this time in years past, whose yard sites occur in the coming week. If I say the name of someone you're thinking of, I invite you to rise so that we can acknowledge you as a mourner. We think of Noreen Barnes, Sydney Becker, Rita Biller-Phillips, Henry Eisenhart, Ellie Ellsberg, Henry Epstein, Bess Farber, Lev Frumkin, Lawrence Havsey, Albert John Hebrank, Elizabeth Hyde, David Kahan, Albert Carl Cliffer, Adolf Lehman, Chuck Meyer, Mayor Bud Mandels, Gordon Marthaler, Louis Martin, Oren Melton, Sigmund Sishamore, Alexander Ziskinmore, Simon Newman, Doug Ostgart, Walter Remack, Leonard Robinson, Philip Schlessel, Lester Seinfeld, Mary Thal, Faye Winokur, Hilda Wolfers, and Andrei Zelichenko. As we think of them, we say Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We rise to join our mourners so that no mourner has to stand alone as we recite the Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlam Rabbah Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn, as together we say, amen. You may be seated. Our concluding song is Chazak, which I thought I had printed out lyrics for when we ended the book of Genesis, but I can't find them. So the chorus is very easy. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong, and we will be strengthened. Okay?
We have come from near and far to raise our voice in song. And the more we join in the refrain, the more we feel strong. Chazak.
Shalom. Kiddush can be found on page 5. Please rise and bow to your spirit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila le'mikra'e kodesh zecher le'tziyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'teyah. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to Mark Rutlinger for greeting, David for the announcements, Debbie for piano, Adrian for tech, Vivian and Stacy for the oneg. And Mazel Tov to Donna and Coda.